Hello everybody and welcome to part 35 of my Desert China series. Just a couple things to talk about real quick. As you know, thus far it's been up in the air. Do we do science? Do we do domination? Um, I'm starting to learn that late game warfare is more rapid and capable, so the time factor is not going to be a problem. Plus, if we were to go along the southern side of the tech tree, there'd be a lot of unit upgrades along the way, and that would make our war efforts that much better. The fact that we need three of these doesn't really matter because we still need all the techs for this and all the techs for this. So if we get all these techs first and then go into this and then head up here, I think we'll have plenty of time if we go science. It is starting to look like domination is a lot more realistic. So what I wanted to do before we pass the turn is go ahead and annex these cities and raise them to the ground. And the reason why is because before I was talking about how I kind of wanted to keep them because the city connection was generating a lot of gold, but the cities have a lot of buildings, so that gold's all going to maintenance probably, and it's only going to get worse over time. And yeah, it's got multipliers and stuff, but that's the decision I made as far as that goes. We do have more citizens than we have buildings to sell, so I think what I want to do is, instead of going for lump sum like normal, I want to go for, or GPT like normal, I want to go for lump sum. In this case, it looks like the public school fits both of those bills, so we'll do that. So that is burning to the ground, and then also Grand River. And same thing, production focus, international games. I don't think it's actually yielding anything, so it doesn't really much matter what we choose in the meantime. Now, I don't want to burn down Brantford for two reasons. The first being it has Sistine Chapel, and that multiplier empire-wide's very nice, so let's keep that. And also because of where our existing empire was relative to what we have and where we're going. They're within 20 tiles, so as far as rebasing goes, that's still an option. 10 radius from here, 10 radius from here. We still have all the color coverage we would need. So that's what I wanted to cover before passing the turn. I also had noticed off camera that upgrading to rocket artillery consumes aluminum. And that's something that we had a few of because we were borrowing from city-states. But I didn't realize that. On the other hand, when you upgrade to rocket artillery, they no longer need to set up to fire. I also didn't know that. So that's a pretty worthwhile trade-off considering they get about twice as strong. Anyways, Hubble Space Telescope. If we're not going science, this was mostly a wasted move, but in the end, we are basically exchanging one great engineer for two great scientists, so that's going to be helpful regardless. Of course, we're going to seed ourselves back in. Looks like we have almost half of the total votes. That's really good. Alright, so basically the reason why I brought up the aluminum thing is because it looks like we will want to go to war with Rome sooner than I first thought, because Kume already has aluminum, and Kume is in range of Beijing. That's going to matter as far as like planes and stuff. And then also there's some aluminum down here, which, once we take Rome, if it's not that, we can maybe drop a great engineer to take it. I don't know. It is a large quantity of aluminum. We don't really need a large quantity, though, so I'm just not sure. If we look at our aluminum, it looks like it's saying Rome resources available. Oh, okay. One's being sold out to Venice for 27 turns. So yeah, we're not going to have that back anytime soon. Meanwhile, we do have two artillery we'd like to upgrade, so even just getting Kume's aluminum would be nice. So we will probably be declaring war on Rome sooner than I originally anticipated. We'll take a look at our units and stuff. Venice and Morocco have declared war against Brazil. Okay, so Venice is actually kind of like cleaning up my scraps, right? Because I fought against the Inca and he took an Incan city, and now that I've weakened Brazil, he's going after that. So he's being something of an opportunist here. Okay, so Venice has denounced the Iroquois. What would we produce in the capital? Why, bombers, of course. So we'll do that right now. We'll set that up for there. Probably buy one also. But before I commit to that, let's go ahead and bulb this great scientist. Now we have the ability for atomic bomb and bazookas. So let's go ahead and, oops, I guess we need uranium. There we go, there's the uranium. So let's go ahead and build an atomic bomb in Nanjing. And let's upgrade our machine guns. We got one there. Here's one, but there's a rifleman here and we're on road. So if he's a double tapper, which he is, we should be able to shoot, step along the road, still have half a movement point left, or actually 2/3, and then go ahead and upgrade. So I'll hold off on upgrading that one. There's one, and we have one here, so let's just back up, keep him kind of near. I kind of want to keep something of a force over here, just because as we take more and more cities, I don't know how upset Poland's going to get, and we are stretched thin along the north here. But once we have Onondaga, we can consolidate. Probably push in via Gdansk at that point, because that's an easy path to Warsaw. Yeah, it is not. It does suck that Lodge is here, but these cities are burning down, and Onondaga will be strong, and we'll have units coming back. So I'm not too worried about that. But now, if we come down to combustion, we can also evolve another great scientist, and now we can do upgrade our cavalry. So let's do that now. Let's see. Whoops. We have one there, and we have this worker here. So let's see. This should take along our own roads less than 3 movement points, and now we can get back on the road and upgrade to not upgrade to landship because no oil. Don't we have oil coming up soon? Like I thought I made specific efforts. Okay, there we go. Oil. Oh, because the bomber. I was going to say, I thought I was off by 1, but it was the bomber we just queued up. So that's okay, because now we've got more oil. And I didn't realize that they were going to need that. So I'm learning things about the uses of strategic resources in the late game. We do have other cavalry. How many more? 2. Here's one that also can hit the rifleman, so maybe we wait to upgrade him. And then this is the one we bought last turn, so we'll head over to where the barbarian has showed up. We'll stop 1 hex short. We'll do that, and then we'll dangle the worker. That way he'll just capture that. And yeah, sending 2 after just a brood is a little overkill, but yeah, there's a camp right there, it looks like. So we can go after that next. Alright. And then combined arms will be next, at which point we'll be able to upgrade our landships into tanks, and then our lancer into anti-tank gun. Do we have another cavalry? We do. Oh, whoops, that's not cavalry, that's... we don't need artillery highlighted. So the only cavalry left is this guy here. Alright, so let's go take a look at the Iroquois. Seeing some boats up here. Okay. Now, if you recall, the way we damaged Onondaga last turn, it turned out that I thought I had 6 planes over here, only have 5. So we're not going to be able to take Onondaga this turn, which means this guy's freed up to just come in and pillage. So maybe we send some planes up here. Let's take a look at what the exchange rate is. Okay, so it'll take 3 planes out of 5. That should be fine. Let's take out these boats. And the only reason I'm concerning myself with the boats is because Onondaga is on the coast and frigates are ranged. I don't want to risk recapture, and since we can't take Onondaga this turn, well, you know, we can use some of this firepower to, you know, ensure the future, so to speak. Okay, so let's take our remaining bombers into Onondaga. Whoops. Okay, and just to give you some context, this is 4 bomber hits plus 1 turn of city healing up. So if you imagine the city healing up again and then 5 bomber hits, I think we've got that pretty well covered. Let's see here. This guy. Are they both along the roads? They are now. So let's see. How far can you reach? You can reach all the way to here. And then can you... Yep, he can reach there. Alright. So that's actually probably a little too strong in Onondaga, but we'll know more once we actually capture the city, because then we'll have visibility beyond the city. So let's have a rocket artillery head that way as well, because we did complete roads, and we only need to step onto one of these to be able to hit Onondaga. Just a little extra firepower. That way, if there are boats, our planes can hit that or something. We do have a little too many rocket artillery in the north. So, because we've got 5 planes up here, we've got 2 down here, building another one, probably buy one this turn. Yeah, probably, certainly, because we've already dished out our... I know we have 2 units left to upgrade, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe we favor the plane, another plane over that, because if we're going to attack Rome now, all these planes can hit Cumae. So if we bought another one, that would be 3 and 5 that could hit it next turn. And do keep in mind, we're going to find a lot of his units, probably, since he's already expressed concern towards us. So yeah, I think we've done everything towards the Iroquois that we can. Is it worth bringing this rocket artillery over? I mean, we can get it in range, so I don't see why not. The 2 of these could end up on the road tiles here and both hit that, and that'll free up our planes to do some anti-personnel stuff if we find some boats. Or if not, they can come back along the road and start heading towards the occupation of Gdansk. Maybe shoot on Lodge. I don't know. So let's have this guy just come out here. Be a little... Whoa! My mouse was messed up. I try to leave things a little zoomed in so that times like this, the city banners aren't covering over the units too much. We'll just move this artillery into the city. As soon as we get some aluminum, we can upgrade him. Let's see, this is road, so he can actually start rail conversion now. We actually have too many workers down here, so rail conversion. Once we take on Ondaga, last we knew this oil was forced cover, so maybe we have 1 worker get on top of that. I'm just going to have this guy get out of the way, because I'm not sure why this guy is not withdrawing, but it might actually be that we're in his way. I can't imagine that would be the case, but we can still move to where we moved and also move onto the site and start it next turn. Okay, so if we declared war with Rome, what would we lose? We would lose copper and horses. Okay. Trades. Horses have become largely irrelevant, and the copper, we've just got so many, we're already trading it to everybody we're not at war with anyways. So there's no real downside. Let's take a look at how people feel about Rome. And it looks like our friends are denouncing Rome. Okay. So let's just check in with them and see what they'll give us for this. So that we can... I hate all this stuff. Open borders, horses. There's all kinds of fractional math in here. And then with the lump sum here, maybe this is like somewhere between 5 and 7. A little light compared to our current gold intake, but you know, if it's something we're going to do anyways. Oh, see, now this is a lot more straightforward. So this is probably middle of the line of what Venice was saying, but we don't have to guess here. So let's just go for it. Okay, we are at war with Rome. Our units got pushed out, and his riflemen actually got pushed into the marsh. So it looks like we have a free bombard. I'm just going to go ahead and take that, because no matter what happens, that bombard can't hit anybody else. We knew about all of that. I'll get to the spy in a second. So these workers were trying to finish the rail so we can have a city connection to Cumae. Oh yeah, Mobile Sam. They can actually melee hit. Very cool. Okay. So let's go ahead and shoot him, move in, and upgrade. What does that cost? Only 60 gold. What does it cost to upgrade this guy? Only 260. I mean, that is a lot, but it still leaves us enough to buy a plane. So, before I forget, let's go ahead and buy another plane. There we go. Alright, and the only reason I'm doing this rather than waiting to pump them out is because now we're doing a 2-front war, and Cumae is within bomber range of Beijing. And we can get eyes on it this turn, actually, if we wanted to. So, there's that. Okay. We have a infantry in the back here. He can reach there. That's good. Free worker, and also eyes on Medio. We might actually want Medio at some point just to have a jumping off point for Marrakesh. If we do go full domination. So, maybe that's something we do. Because we have to expect that Kume is going to fall relatively quickly. We have a lot of planes that can bear down on it. Although right now the planes should be used for anti-personnel where possible. I don't think any of these planes can move this turn, so we did not go autocracy. So that's just the way it is. Alright. We have a Lancer. He can probably move really far. Let's see here. What if we move this guy up on the hill? Well, let's take a look here at, because the two of these guys can beat up on that, right? In fact, if we do end up on the hill, we'd go this way anyway. So let's just do this so that the flanking bonus is accounted for. So these two can fully take this guy. That would free up our planes for like this guy and this guy. That's saying we're pretty close. Maybe it's a great general thing. This gets our great general within range of that. So let's do that. And now it's looking like we can almost one-shot, but not quite. Oh, and then we also have this rocket artillery here. Cool. We actually one-shot that. Thank you, great general. That frees up. Yeah, I thought there was an artillery back there. I wish... Man, that sucks that you gotta zoom in so far just to avoid that. There is a good chance that we have Kume next turn. So what I want to do here is these two can take this guy out by themselves, and we got visibility in the backfield now. We don't currently have any way of capturing the city, though. Both of these guys are behind rough. Whereas a Lancer here, 1, 2, 3, 4, could. It would be very lossy, but assuming our 5 planes and the rocket artillery along the road here do something about that. So let's have the Lancer come down here. Okay, and we still have movement. That's really good. We'll have the Mobile Sam come down here. We'll have the rocket artillery come over here. And he can hit that now. And our 2 planes can as well. 1, 2. Okay, and then the Mobile Sam finishes them off. Very good. I didn't realize the Mobile Sam could do that. I used to think it was a worthless unit. So what would we want with this infantry? We're not taking Medio yet. We want the aluminum above all. This is more of a luxury for later preparation. We do have a blocker over here. Looks like we're a little weak down in here. So let's try and move him somewhere over yonder. That seems fine. And now this guy. We want to move him someplace useful and... So yeah, where would that be? Wow, he's got a lot of place to go, huh? Oh wait, he could take this worker if I wanted to. I don't see the need for it though. I'd rather upgrade to the land ship here. The question is where, and where to stash this artillery. I guess since the artillery is along the road, step here, protect the worker for now. Might as well, right? Great General, that seems like a good thing to protect. Let's see, if I come here, this will take 2. There we go, now we're protecting the Great General. I don't think he was at risk, but you never know. Okay, so this guy can actually move some more. If I come up here, we actually do get visibility on the city, but we open ourselves to bombard and attack. And if he's the only one that can capture next turn, I kind of don't want to do that. So let's just leave him where he is. He is protecting an archaeologist at this point. And because archaeologists don't have charges and it didn't just get destroyed, I'm guessing that means we just get that archaeologist, so that's really good. Looking at the worker division here, yeah, we'll have him head this way to rail conversion. So this guy will want to head this way, which means we'll do a little bump and slide here. There we go. Okay. Could have a worker build a stem here. There's an existing road system from when the Incan Empire was all connected. But we got this guy over here for coal. We got this guy over here who's got nothing better to do. And we got this guy who's going to work on the oil there. So I'll have him start coming this way to get it reattached to the rails. And now, spy. Let's take a look at our bottom of the barrel here. What we could do is send it to Warsaw as a diplomat so we can get some visibility in here. Get a picture of what's going on. I like that. That seems like a really good idea. Because we know we're going to, if we do head towards domination, we're going to want that at some point. So getting eyes in there might be good. One thing that occurs to me right now is that we have a lot of planes over here and a lot of planes over here. So I would think that to attack Poland, like even if we declared war this turn, like we'd be somewhat prepared for that. So yes, I think that's everything. Let's just double check here. All that. The archaeologist push is winding down, so let's get our work. Well, no, I don't want to put the workers. We've got 19 of them. That would be very, very, very confusing. All right, let's just pass on it then. See if more boats show up. Oh, a unit needs orders. Don't want to. There we go. So now we got to pass the turn again.
Sta offerta non sarà valida per tanto.
No, I don't see a reason for that. Oh, a rifleman shows up. Oh, and then gets cannoned by the... Did I see that correctly? Wow. I thought I saw an Iroquois rifleman show up here and then get obliterated, but all I see here is a cannon. That shouldn't have been enough. Okay, 2 capture sounds. Not sure what that's about. Let's find out, though. City connection to Grand River. Alright, it is a new turn, so first and foremost, let us get in here and sell some stuff. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to last turn, didn't I? Yep. Museums are pretty late, so we'll do those. It's good 75. Yep, I forgot to sell buildings last turn. So much going on, and the fact that I sold like at the end of a turn. Okay, so yet another bomber emerges. Very good. We remain host, but of course we do. Okay, that's going to be what one of the sounds was. So let's hop up there. Oh, we want him. Hop up on the hill. And then if we move him here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll see how that goes. Okay, civilian was captured by a barbarian. We knew that. Civilian was captured down there. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good that we left him exposed like that. It kind of sucks that this is what we needed to connect finish the connection. So we're not going to be able to do that this turn. But, I mean, this guy is extremely exposed. We've got so many different ways we can deal with that. Casimir has declared war on Hiawatha. Montezuma has declared war on Hiawatha. Okay. Made peace with Zanzibar. Made peace with Gandhi. Made peace with Rome. Okay. Venice has denounced Morocco, even though they just got done joining each other in a war declaration. Venice has denounced India. So the whole world is pairing off. And why isn't our spy here? It says it is. Why can't I highlight that icon? Is the spy not there yet? Counterintelligence? No, that's China. Warsaw, here we go. Making introductions. Oh, so it's going to take 5 turns. Okay. I didn't realize that. I thought we'd have visibility right now. But, okay, that's fine. He can't report back because we don't know what we want to report on. Okay, so since we have rocket artillery in the area, let's use them first. Oh, and that is why they are specialized for buildings. So this will free up our planes to do other stuff, although, yeah, we got some boats up here. That could be other stuff. Maybe when we take the city we find other stuff. Can we take this worker? It doesn't see that we can. Roads through here. Yeah, I don't think we could. That's fine. Well, I don't think we're going to need the land ship over here, but... Okay, how about this? Let's pillage this and step up. So now we have visibility. That's what I wanted to see. And that means now we should have this guy repair the dies because we're about to take on Ondaga. This is road, but this is in his territory, not ours. So what's that? That does take a full mobility point. But we needed him off that hex, and now as he moves, he can move through the city along the road. Maybe even attack that cannon. I don't know. So let's now move the other rocket artillery into range, and there we go. Piece of cake. And we'll capture with the guy that takes 2 full movement to do it, because it's going to kill his movement anyways. Create puppet. Let's just take a look at what we got. Lots and lots of wonders. Oh yeah, feels good. Feels good. Nice. Oh, and look at that. His great library already has a theming bonus, so I'm not even going to bother moving those great works. We're already getting a theming bonus out of it. Very nice selection, and we now have an amazing visibility as far as the planes over here. So let's see. That frigate gets almost one shot. Man, that sucked. Says we were going to kill it outright and didn't. If we're going to be throwing them at privateers, let's come over to the ones that are actually close to our city. Like that. Can he reach this? Yes, he can. There we go. So that's worthwhile. Now we don't actually have a reason to push forward any further, it doesn't look like. So let me get this guy out of here. Same with the Great General. Because we're going to want to have some idea of what it would take to push into Poland. Yeah, he's got a lot of workers down here, but so what? Oh, you know what? Probably could have sent a plane down there and had the land ship capture this guy. It's kind of along the road. I don't know. It's okay. This guy, we would want him to work on the oil. And we just got that worker there. So yeah, that seems fine. Let's see. Archaeologist finished, but it's in the rough, so it's not going to prompt us until we pass our turn. That's just Onondaga being counted as Grand River now, which this turn we did remember to sell. Okay, bomber in the capital. 1, 2, bomber in the capital. Oh, we have caravan as an option. Probably we just took over Colossus. Is that what it is? Yep. Okay. Well, I did not realize that. Is it worth it, though? Half of a bomber to throw another 6 hammers at Nanjing? Probably not. We could just plain use planes everywhere. Plain use planes. That's not what I meant. Alright, so yeah, we will just do bomber. At this point, the missing caravan I don't see as being terribly worthwhile to think about. Alright. So, can we take Kume this turn? Unfortunately, this infantry has nothing to pillage, and he is getting weak. That's unfortunate. And we have rocket artillery here along the road that could hit Kume. So let's do this. And let's do this, right? Because that should be a one-shot even though he's weak. Okay. And then let's do this. That puts eyes on the city of Kume, which not only means rocket artillery can hit it for a lot, but it also means these planes can now hit it. Should be. Just at range. Look at that. Because if we get this now, then that means our artillery can be upgraded this turn. And that seems pretty good. There we go. Now, what this means is that these 3 planes will have to either be rebased or start attacking Poland, because Cumae was the last of the Rome that we could reach. So we do have 2 planes here, and we're just looking to be able to take Cumae this turn. We probably will have to fully weaken it since we intend on capturing with a Lancer. The Lancer does almost no damage to the building. There we go. Lancer should be able to capture now. Cool. Create puppet. Alright, so not a great city, but we did get a couple of great works, music, and that is an artifact. I think we're past the point of needing to arrange all of this. The capital's already full up, and we have all of the theming bonuses we could. We just took Cumae, so not seeing any potential for additional theming bonuses in the museum, although we do have a archaeologist that's going to finish up this turn, so maybe that's that. Lhasa recognizes your great prophet. Okay, so apparently there was a great prophet in the city that we also captured and we get immediate credit for. Very nice. And since it is a Lancer, we can actually start hopping over the river, gobbling up some of these civilians. Being able to get this archaeologist would be pretty nice. In fact, this archaeologist can reach all the way to here before tripping over other civilians. In fact, let's just do this because this guy's here and I don't know. We can just get on the road and stuff. So that seems to work out. Okay, Mobile Sam, let's go ahead and pillage. Okay. So we have aluminum now, right? Yes, we do. Okay, let's do that right now. Upgrade. Wow, expensive upgrade. But kind of worth it. These things are hitting buildings very hard. So yeah, especially the one in the south is worthwhile. Let's go there, be all safe and stuff. Okay, so we put that aluminum to use. Says 3, and we only had 2, so I'm not sure what that's about, but whatever. What does a Mobile Sam do across the river to a night? Pretty hard, actually. Nice. Land ship. I can't see. No, that would be next turn. Okay. This guy didn't actually get hit. And let's see, this worker, let's have him tear up roads. This guy can also tear up roads. Or maybe we start building a road to Medio. Because we don't necessarily want Antium. We can take the aluminum. I'm trying to do this in as few cities as possible. Cumae makes sense because it's immediate aluminum and it's a way into Poland. Rome makes sense because it's the capital. Medio makes sense because it's a jumping off point for Marrakesh later, which means maybe we don't necessarily do that now. Because what I'm looking at here is, oh, you know what? While we're doing all of this confusion stuff, now that do I have more planes here? I do, okay. The frigate's more important than the privateer. So we can send 1 at the privateer. Not quite enough to finish it. Hopefully Bombard gets it, or not. But what I'm thinking is maybe we make peace with the Iroquois. Because we got on Onondaga, right? When it comes time to push down in here, and then also Delhi, maybe we go back to war with them, take Osaninka, head in this way, and then Buffalo. Or he just declared war against Iroquois, so maybe he takes Buffalo or Osaninka. I don't know, but maybe we make peace with him now. Oh, we're peace locked. Oh, because we made a turn. Okay. That's what I was thinking, like, maybe we make peace with the Iroquois. Pardon me. And then maybe we can make peace with Rome after we take Rome. Although we made a trade for that too, so that's probably not going to be possible either. That's just what I was thinking. Do that, turn all our forces in on Poland, and then the eastern forces can take on the Aztec. The western forces can, you know, go back to Rome and start taking into... Okay. Maybe not realistic then. Maybe we just push on. Well, whatever. This is in his border, so it doesn't hurt us to build rail here. He can actually defend in place. I don't know what he's actually shooting at. That it wasn't me, but we're holding on. Let's head over here, because there's units here. We'll have him defend up, because there's units there. We got infantries over here. We got infantry here. From here he can cross the river towards Rome or get involved over here if this gets a little goofy, which it might. In fact, we can move the land ship here. Whoops, bumped the mic. Great General here. Because now that we've taken Cumae, this is our sensitive spot here, so this keeps the Great General within range of that. I think pushing in here, it makes sense, because he's got plenty of tiles to back up and pillage, and I don't think the damage we'd take from this fight, plus the bombard and cannon, is going to hurt him, so we'll just do that because it's a favorable exchange rate. And then we can move this bazooka here. That way he can get across the river here or represent over here, whichever we need. And that leaves the land ship. He's very fast regardless. So we'll have him come like down here. Or maybe over here. Yeah, let's occupy his oil. In fact, because it's oil and it's developed, he's got oil. I didn't realize that. I'm just going to pillage it this turn. We didn't actually need the healing, but just taking his resource away seems like a good idea since we are at war with him and all that. Alright, finish the rails here, please. Alright, we have another bazooka to account for. I kind of like coming all the way over here. That way if some people come along the road, we've got something to do with about it. Alright, he's going to get started on more oil. And then once we start taking Rome, maybe he can switch over to repairing the oil. Hey, he did get out of the way, so look at that. Cool. Okay, I don't know what the Polish stuff is looking like. We do have guys coming back over here, so maybe have him move like here. Yeah, let's block. That way Poland can't move units over here or anything like that. Also, there's a caravan we can keep an eye on. Alright. Rail, rail. Rail. Get started on rail. That makes sense. Ooh, worker here, huh? Can get started on rail there. Wow, we've got too many workers. That's okay, though. What would you do? You come over here and start building a stem down to that, I guess. You get started on the coal, which is pretty meaningless at this point. Oh, yeah. Speaking of meaningless, we took Onondaga, and that gives us duplicate pearls. So let's see here. I actually expect that he would give us more. 2 in open borders. That should be 4, right? Yes. Okay. So he's there. He's there. Worker, rip up road. Yep. Says next turn, so when we pass, the archaeologist should pop up. And we'll do that and see if that gets us anything of a theming bonus. If anything, if nothing else, we'll get partial credit probably. That's the one we just dug up. So let's see. Nanjing, do you have a... Yes, you do. Okay, so we'll put them in there. Okay, partial credit. Very good. Okay, that is way past the half-hour mark, so I'm going to call it here. Thank you for joining me. Let me know your thoughts on the path that we're taking. And before I sign off, I just want to double-check, make sure we're actually sold off our buildings. I did miss a turn on both of these just because we did it first thing in the video and then passed the turn. That should have been like fresh on my mind, but no big deal. We'll lost out on 150 gold, give or take. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Take care.